substitute teacher in Woodbury, Minnesota, who is also a police officer, has been removed from the classroom after reenacting George Floyd's arrest with students, along with other concerning behavior. The review of our NBC affiliate in Minneapolis, KARE 11, has the details.
A Woodbury High School student tells KARE 11 News these photos show a substitute teacher demonstrating the same hold Derek Chauvin used on George Floyd. The context, according to students, is that the teacher was claiming the restraint did not cause Floyd's death. In a letter to families, the South Washington County School District placed that reenactment at the top of a list of 11 complaints made about the sub, who is also a police officer in western Wisconsin. Students also reported that the man twisted a student's arm behind the student's back and showed pressure points on the chin and face, invaded students' space and mimicked holding up a gun and pointing it at students, and that he spoke in disturbing detail about dead bodies he had seen and shared explicit details about 2 sexual assault cases he investigated.
So inappropriate and in so many different ways.
Superintendent Julie Nielsen spoke with Kathy Werzer on NPR News.
I'm wondering, could some of the students have misconstrued what was happening in any way? Is there video of these incidents?
There are videos of the incidents, and there are also audio recordings of the incidents and the behaviors that occurred in the classroom on Monday.
After the principal removed the substitute teacher from the school, they asked Woodbury police to trespass him so he can't come back. Teachers on call. The placement service that employed the sub said in a statement that he no longer works there, saying, quote, "We have a zero tolerance policy for any form of violent, aggressive, or harmful behavior."
That's Lou Ragoo reporting. The Minnesota Department of Education released a statement concerning the incident, writing, "Schools should be places where students feel safe to learn and grow." And in a letter to families, the Woodbury High School principal said, "We are continuing to investigate the incident, but I do want to assure you the substitute teacher will not be back at Woodbury High School again."